So what's going on, YouTube? I figured I'd make a video, push the record button. A couple of my subscribers have been missing the videos, so I guess it's I don't know how many days it's been since surgery. It's been about a week and a half probably, and I'm doing really good. The surgery actually worked this time, so if you're one of those guys like me that have had multiple neck surgeries, don't give up. You can find a doctor that will do it right, and it's just a matter of time. It's one of those things. That's why they call it practicing medicine. But anyway, it's healing up pretty good. It's a little gashy. It's not the best scar that I've seen. They use tape. So yeah, it all gathered up and looks sort of gnarly, but I'm pretty gnarly anyway, so I think that'll be all right. But I got the feeling back in my left hand. I can feel hot and cold water now again. And I basically was going paralyzed from the waist up and or numb. So they fixed all that. I got the use of the left arm back. I can feel hot and cold water. I don't have any paralysis in my face anymore. And I'm just trying to let surgery take and all the stuff that they put in set before I tear it up. So I've been trying to stay out of the garage, and I have to admit it's pretty hard to do. So I've sort of done this with no pain medicine, and it wasn't easy the first couple days, I'm going to tell you right now. I hit a couple walls for sure. Anyway, I thought I'd come back out here in the garage and maybe show you a couple of the projects that we need to get back on Corsa Nova. I know guys are patiently waiting for this. And I got the water pump. I need to pick up some bolts and finish up the motor, get all the brackets for it, the alternator mounted up, and the water pump on there, and some pulleys and stuff, and get that finished up. And get the front clip bolted on this and start getting ready to do some paint work. Car's pretty much done. It's all been blocked and stuff and reprimed. I have to finish the one door over here. It's an epoxy. Gotta, put my body work over that. Finish that up. I think I have to build a hood for it that I got out back. Both front fenders are done. The core support's painted, and we should be moving pretty quick on this once I get started on it. The other thing that I'm gonna make an effort to finish is this Volkswagen back here. I've had this car for 4 years now, maybe 5, I don't know. It got dumped at my other house, and it was supposed to be unlimited fun project, make it as sweet as you can. And got a girlfriend in the middle of it. Life changed, and really haven't heard from this person in probably 6 months, maybe even longer than that when it comes to this car. So I have no idea where we're at, what we're doing, or how it's going to be finished. So I figured I'd just go ahead and finish it, and I can either pay the bill or I'll put a mechanic's lien on it and just confiscate it. So that's that. It's I've lost 10 years, pretty much 10 years with this car accident deal that I got into. Broke my back. I was sitting at a stoplight 10 years ago going to work, and really good job. And no choice of my own. I got rear-ended, and it started this snowball of things happening in my life, and I've sort of lost 10 years. I'm 50 years now, and I really don't remember a whole lot from 40 to 50, but I'm ready to take my life back and make some things happen around here, and push the negative people out of my life and bring some positive people into my life, and maybe make some positive changes. I know sometimes it all looks really rosy, but it's been sort of a struggle. My wife works really hard right now to support the family, and she's been doing her best to help me get better, and I owe it to her to get out there and make it happen. So the videos will probably be changing up a little bit. I've got some personal projects I want to, finish of my own that I've been putting off, and some overdue stuff that I've just haven't been able to get to. So I have a couple of unicorns of my own. I know some people have some projects that have been around for a while. One of them's my motorhome out back. I really want to get that running. It's sinking into the ground, and it's one of those things that I haven't been able to work on. So I have to get the battery arrangement sorted out. Some wiring issues, which I'm not really good at. I'm going to buy a brand new starter. I had the starter rebuilt with not good results. So I need to do that. I got this Bronco in here. I need to get it finished up. And I've got the fenders. They're already primed and painted. Not the color that we're going to go with. I've got 2 new doors back here that I need to get some 80 grit and the Bondo stripper out and strip the ED coating off, that black coating. You don't ever want to prime over that black coating, especially on an aftermarket panel. If you buy a GM panel or a Dodge panel or a Ford panel and it has the EDM coating, you can leave it on. It's a 5-year rust protection on GM parts, but on the Japanese and Chinese parts and any aftermarket part, it's going to be a non-catalyzed product that will not adhere very good to steel. And a lot of times I've seen guys top coat these parts and have nightmares when that coating starts leaving the panel. You see it a lot if you're in the body shop business. New guys will come into the shop and they'll put either a door skin or a quarter panel on the car. And in the body shop business, we use glue a lot. I know a lot of guys in the garage weld everything, but in a body shop, this panel here is almost always glued to the wheelhouse. And even trunk floors, I've seen complete floors glued in the back of the car. It's an acceptable repair, and it's basically the way the insurance companies want it done. But I actually got a car that was hit in the back one time, and it had a floor put in it, and whoever put the floor in didn't grind the coating off before they applied the 3M panel bond, and the panel bond pulled the coating off the steel, and the floor popped out of the car when it got hit. It totally came out, the whole floor. And when I opened the trunk and saw that, I called the insurance adjuster right away and had him come back out, and he was okay with it. And it terrified me. That's why I've always ground that stuff off. I've seen it more than once where that stuff pops off and you'll have bare steel. There'll be nothing left there. So anyway, we're gonna do that. I gotta clean this motor up in here and get this thing out of here. Either sell it, smash it, do something with it, but it's definitely plugging up the shop. And I got a drive shaft for it. I picked up some U-joints. I gotta put these 2 U-joints in and weld the drive shaft back together. I shortened the drive shaft up for it, and I think it's one of these here. Yeah, this one here. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to do a drive shaft before, but they're pretty easy if you cut the tube straight. If you have like a bandsaw where you can cut this straight. These are pretty easy to shorten because they have a shoulder on them. Right here you can see the lip, and that lip sort of centers this right in there, so it's pretty easy to do this. Some guys said, well, man, I can't believe you're going to shorten the drive shaft, but I actually cut this tube. I had a longer tube and I made it the length that I needed, and that's pretty short, but that's for the rear. And the front is sort of an issue because the front end's too high and the geometry's wrong on the front end housing and the transfer case there. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that happen without lowering this a little bit in the front, which is no big deal. But I just bought those springs, so I have to either cut them or get some shorter ones, one of the two. So got some SR parts for Hans's car. I don't know if I told everybody, but that thing blew up big time. Grenaded a rod, broke the rod in the middle of the rod, so it's still connected to the crank, and the wrist pin's still attached to the piston. So bought a block last night, crank, and a different transmission, and some other parts. And and maybe we'll get that apart. He's going to work in New Orleans this summer, so I don't know if we'll get that done before that happens or if we'll do it when he gets back. But my son's a cook. A lot of people don't know that. My brother-in-law owns a couple of restaurants in New Orleans, and he goes there in the summertime and cooks and expedites the front half of the restaurant. So he's been doing that for 2 or 3 years now, and he really likes the food business. So he'll go do that and have some fun, make some money, and get away from his dad for a while. But there's the old 240. Had to put it in the back here in the junkyard. So there's my unicorn. I saw a RV channel where a lady had one of these, and I'm still desperately needing the routing location of all these wires. They all just need to be replaced, and I'm not above doing anything. That if anybody has any ideas on this, I really need to get this thing started. I haven't been able to find a lot of literature on how the 3 batteries hook up in series, and I bought 3 batteries a couple times now trying to get this thing running. These got taken out when I got hurt. When I was laid up, somebody came over and helped me out and took the batteries out or disconnected them, I don't know, and it hasn't run since. So this is pretty much a total loss. But I need to get it out of my yard, and I'd like to get it running because it's going to be really hard when it doesn't run to get it out of here. So sort of sinking in the ground, you can see that. This is another lost adventure here that I probably need to do something with, and I just need to reclaim all this stuff now that I'm feeling better. But I don't want to get out here and be crazy too soon. So trying to heal up this time, take the advice of smarter people than me, and let this stuff work. It's a beautiful day here in Florida, and sort of been doing some yard work, pulling some weeds, stuff like that, you know, little light stuff that I can do. And I don't have a nagging headache like I'm gonna die anymore. I've been dealing with that for almost 10 years, so it's good to have a clear head. So just wanted to make this video, let everybody know that I'm doing good. I just want to say a special thanks to Adam, Neil, 265 Chevy, and Lakeside Rancher Doug, guys that have reached out, called me, and helped me get through the bad part. So I am feeling a lot better now. I appreciate all the well wishes and the guys that have made some videos for me. It's really cool. It's cool to be a part of a group of guys that are so, I don't know, likewise, they're just good friends, and seem to always be there when the shit gets bad. So it's been a long time since I've had that in my life, and it's sort of hard to get used to. Sometimes when you don't have that for a long time, it's hard to act right when people are nice to you. And people have been really nice to me the last 3 years in the YouTube garage and on YouTube in general. The whole YouTube community's taken me in and been really understanding. So I do appreciate it, and I'm going to try to get back, you know, as much as I can, and get back out here, pump the videos out for you guys. It's coming, and just need to organize some stuff and get some stuff set up, and we can get back to making some videos. So if you guys got any suggestions for videos you'd like to see, or the type of stuff you'd like me to do, let me know. If you want me to do the bodywork videos, I can do those again. I don't do those too much because there's a lot of different opinions when it comes to bodywork. I probably have 100, 200 bodywork videos, but they're sort of in the early days of my channel. So if you wanted to look at those, you'd have to go to my channel and dig pretty deep, you know, back in the archives. But there's a lot of good information in there. And if you guys would like to see some painting techniques, different stuff, let me know what you want to see. I need to do a subscriber giveaway. I've had another 1,350 people subscribe since the last, almost since the last video I made 3 videos ago. I've had another 1,300 people subscribe. I don't know why you guys like subscribing. I do appreciate it, and I feel like I have to ask you guys what kind of content you want to see, and I want to try to, make the videos that my subscribers want to see. So let me know, give me some ideas on what I can do for you guys, what you guys are wanting. And again, I appreciate all the support, and I'll be out in the garage soon, guys, and thanks for your patience.